the correct way to eat a cinnamon in a roll.
Yo, what the food is that? What am I looking at? It looks like a double-double douche was dropped inside your mac and cheese dishes. Please don't be putting all those beans on my pizza and lasagna. Got me begging on my knees. Yo, what the food is that? A deep fried heart attack, type 2 diabetes on a stick with candy coated double chin setting in. What you gonna do when your poor little cankles can no longer support you? Smells like cholesterol and shame up in here. Man, it's rancid. Is that boiled pig feet? I'm gonna be sick. Yo, what the food is wrong with you? Just tell me why you do the things you do, like coating chicken wings in purple goo and turning perfect meat into a nightmare straight from Lovecraft. The cheese-covered Swiss rolls will fuse to your back fat. Yeah, what the food? Tell me what you gonna do. Are you gonna eat the pizza with the special toppings too? Yes, it's been revealed and it turned into a spectacle. Now don't start tripping, it's just a juicy testicle. What the food is that? A frosted coated glass. What the food am I supposed to do with something that's as dumb as that? Wait a minute, now I see it. This is just a waste of space. Take a step back and get your salmon vodka out my face. You can't tell me people actually eat this. It's gotta be illegal. What even is that? Ugh. Oh, what the food? What did I just walk into? Chocolate emerald pickles with a heaping side of fragrant grue, coupled with the texture of the double sardine chocolate bread. Kinda makes me wish that this morning I had woke up dead. Can you even classify that as food? Isn't poisoning someone for internet fame illegal? What the food, man? Hello, and welcome to What the Food. We're going to be doing Asian delicacies today. Hold on. I forgot to plug my lamp back in, so I'm just going to be dark on this one. Yeah, I'm just going to be dark. Hard to see. You know how it is. Man, this holiday season was crazy. And, yeah, my body feels like it's about to fall apart because of all the labor and stuff that I put into this last, I don't know, year. What am I saying? This the whole last year was crazy. 2025 was the longest decade of my life. It was insane. But, yeah, I hope you guys are ready for some Asian delicacies. And I will go ahead and say it. If you're watching this while you're eating, you've made a poor life choice. And real quick, we'll say hello to the people who popped into the chat earlier today. We've got Jason Fox waving hello. And we've got Christian Delorme says, bonsoir, everyone, everybody. Quick hello, busy celebrating Mel's birthday in the Caribbean. And my dog is barking like an asshole. Because, you know, he's an asshole. Sometimes. It's wonderful. And of course, we are wearing the official What the Food hat. Thanks to Sean Estep for that. Yeah, a lot of stuff that we're going to see today is out of China. Not that that should surprise anybody at all. But, yeah. Got to double check the volume levels here. Because some of these videos require some sound. Like this one. Yeah. Who wouldn't want to go to a place that looks like a wonderful Asian restaurant and just sit there while we get this? Man. That's the shit, yo. That is the shit. That's a mild shit compared to what we're going to see. And of course, I will go ahead and just show everybody what was on the thumbnail. Yeah. Semen flavored ice cream. That's not actually what this says. It's obviously a misquote. But can you imagine your semen being that color? Go to the doctor. go to the doctor. I'll refer to those two as our appetizers for the evening, because those are probably the best looking things that we have today. Something that looks like Dookie and some black monstrosity that's listed as semen ice cream. Those are our appetizers today. All right, and now we have one called Yikes Food in Asia from Incredible Asia. And we're going to start with some Philippines. All right? Pag Pag. I have no idea what that is. I have no idea what Pag Pag is, but I can understand what barbecue snakes are. Barbecue snakes on skewers in Cambodia there. Looks delicious, doesn't it? How about some bat soup in China? I know that's probably going to give you some hardcore flashbacks to 2020, but, you know, there's some bat soup. You can even see its head right there inside the soup. Tasty, tasty. Way to go, China. Way to go. And then I'm not sure what this is. It's called balut or something like that in the Philippines and Vietnam. I'm looking at it, and 90% of this looks like it's probably heart of some kind or some kind of organ. I'm not sure. Balut. We should take a look and see what balut means. Huh? We should look up balut. B-A-L-U-T. It is an egg. Fertilized developed embryo that is boiled and steamed and eaten from the shell. Balut, yeah, is a fertilized developing egg embryo that is boiled or steamed and eaten from the shell. That's what it looks like normally, and that's what they're passing it off as in their ad. Who doesn't want a partially developed chicken embryo that's been boiled literally to death? Who doesn't love that? I forgot to check my audio. Hold on. Got to check the audio. Why in the world is it doing this? You know, my computer pisses me off sometimes. And that's all I really have to say about it, is my computer pisses me off sometimes. Oh my gosh. So yeah, so balut from the Philippines and Vietnam. Tasty, tasty. Next up on the menu is fried tarantulas from Cambodia. I hear you can get lobster dinner in Cambodia for about $1, but hey, why not try the fried tarantulas? You will eat bugs and you will be happy. Tarantula. If that doesn't tickle your fancy, we have fried grasshoppers in Myanmar and Thailand. Doesn't that just scream lovely snack time? Just all the bugs and the chicken embryos and the barbecue snakes. You know what? We're gonna look at what Pag Pag is. Let's find out what Pag Pag is. Okay? P-A-G, P-A-G. Oh, wow. There you go, guys. Pag Pag is a colloquial Filipino term for leftover food, often meat from fast food chains, salvaged from garbage dumps, cleaned, recooked, and sold as extremely cheap street food. So basically, this is a bunch of shit that they pulled out of the dumpster, cleaned up, recooked, and put on your plate. Pag Pag in the Philippines. Yummy. Oh, and hey, look at that. Bull penis soup. I know Brahma Bull is cringing a little bit right now because he had to donate to some soup, but this is almost as bad as a testicle pizza. No, this is way worse than a testicle pizza because this is just straight up soup with a bull schlong in it. Bull penis soup. Don't you love Asian food? Don't you wish you could walk into your local Chinese restaurant and be like, hey, I would love some bull penis soup. Yeah. Make sure it's strong. This is probably the official Dick's Division soup. Brahma Bull, Toxic Man Flu, Comics Division. You know they all love bull penis soup. I almost called it Venus. That's its new name, Venus soup. How about monitor lizard satay in Indonesia? Oh, doesn't that just make your mouth water? Monitor lizard, this big old... I'm pretty sure that's a Komodo dragon that they're showing right there, not a monitor lizard. But I don't think that they know the difference. They say, hey, I can eat that. It tastes good. Yeah, Indonesia. Blech. How about some fried scorpion in Thailand and Cambodia? They really seem to like, Thailand and Cambodia really seem to like their fried bugs. Because this one's Thailand, that one's Thailand, this one's Cambodia, and that one's Cambodia. And that barbecue snakes, of course, in Cambodia. So yeah, this is what we're getting from Cambodia, basically. Yeah. Make sure you try those out if you ever go to Cambodia. Make sure you go out there and you let me know how that fried scorpion, barbecue snake, and fried tarantulas taste. Tasty. Oopsie poopsie. Closed everything. All right. All right. So, I'm assuming most people know what these are. Just assuming. I'm going to go ahead and mute this because I don't want to hear this shit. So let's see what they're doing here, huh? They're taking eggs and they're rolling them down that big old flour battered thing. Wow. Yeah, these are, by the way, these are century eggs that they're making. That one has clearly not been in there for a century, but that's how you make century eggs. In case you don't know what a century egg is, that's an egg that's been sealed inside of that stuff for 100 years. And of course, that one is not 100 years old. Hey, to the lovely Sherry. Hi there. We're just going over some century eggs from China right now. Would you eat a 100-year-old egg? Would you eat a 100-year-old egg? Oh, she says it looks like silicone. It's kind of sad. Then that means you probably wouldn't go for the century egg-flavored Doritos either from Taiwan. She says nope to all the century egg stuff. Not even Doritos that are flavored like 100-year-old rotten eggs. Where is your sense of adventure? I don't have any because I'm too white. I'm afraid to leave the house. So, you know, because the world's out there. So I couldn't eat a century egg, unfortunately. Yeah, my British side kicks in and I'm like, hey. Sanding Monkey says, where's all the fried cat and dog meals? Well, unfortunately, I didn't find any of those. But I'll tell you, this next one will really get your appetite up there. The lovely Sherry says, I'll pass. I'm currently having buffalo pizza. Well, as I love to say, if you're watching this while you're eating, you've made a poor life choice. Mostly because of things like this. Let's watch this wonderful 2-minute infomercial, shall we?
There's an unmistakable scent from these hard-boiled eggs sold on the streets of Dongyang in eastern China. They are soaked and boiled in urine. Yes, urine of young boys, preferably those below the age of 10. Hence the name Virgin Boy Eggs.
In case you missed what she said there, these are urine boiled eggs, but the urine comes from 10-year-old boys or younger, and they're called Virgin Boy eggs. Yeah, I knew it. Yeah. But wait, there's more.
It's a popular springtime snack in Dongyang and touted for its health benefits.
If you eat this, you will not get heat stroke. These eggs cooked in urine are fragrant. They're good for your health. Our family has them for every meal. In Donyang, every family likes eating them.
Okay, let's just recap. If you eat virgin boy eggs, which have been boiled in urine, you will not suffer from heat stroke, according to this ancient Chinese fable. Anyway, his family eats them with every meal, and you'll never get sick. If of course, you're eating the eggs that have been boiled in the urine of 10-year-old boys.
It takes a full day to prepare the snack, starting off with collecting urine from boys' toilets. Then the eggs are soaked and boiled in a pot of urine, after which the shells are cracked and the eggs are simmered in the same urine for hours. Those who snack on the eggs say they help decrease body heat and promote better blood circulation that can make one feel reinvigorated.
It's reinvigorating, apparently, to eat urine-soaked eggs. Because, you know, there's no health problems that ever arise from urine. Ever.
Our ancestors were already doing this. By eating these eggs, we'll not have any pain on our waist, legs, and joints. Also, you'll have more energy when you do work.
And that's how they keep everyone going in the sweatshops and the forced slave labor mines. Yeah. Urine eggs. Tasty!
But not all folks in Dongyang are convinced.
I don't like eating these eggs. Other people like it because they have this tradition in Dongyang that the
Sanding Monkey says, do those eggs help when you're pissed off? Heyo! No, they probably don't. See, even the lovely Sherry says, sadly, no, Sanding Monkey.
these eggs are nourishment for our health and that it would help prevent things like getting a cold. I don't believe in this at all.
There's some smart people in China. At least this lady's smart.
I don't eat them.
She doesn't eat them. Thank God there is at least one person in China that has some common sense.
Medical experts have mixed reviews about the health benefits, and some warn of sanitary issues in this unique delicacy.
Some warn of sanitary issues in this unique delicacy. I think that's quite enough of the urine eggs. I think we get the idea. They harvest urine from boys that are 10 years or younger, and then they boil eggs in them for an hour, and then they crack the eggs and simmer the eggs in them for hours on end, and then they eat them to prevent heat stroke and other problems. Hail to Real Weight Nation Gaming Clip. He says, ew, yuck. Thank you. I'm glad to see that we are all in agreement that urine eggs go in the no list. However, nope, that's the same video. Nope. Yes. This next one says, awkward, I came with egg talk. You came with egg talk? You need Jesus, bro. This video pretty much speaks for itself. This is once again China. So, let's go.
Look at this guy. At first glance, it might seem like he's just cleaning a sewer, but he's actually collecting sewer oil in China. This oil is made from a disgusting mix of waste, food scraps, grease, and even human waste. At night, driven by greed, some people gather this toxic mixture, filter it, and turn it into a clear liquid, which they sell as cooking oil. But this oil isn't just unhygienic, it's extremely dangerous. Consuming it can cause serious health problems, showing just how far some will go for profit.
Enough said, right? Wade says, I meant came in the middle of egg talk. Yeah. Ha. The lovely Sari says, I was having a great evening until I saw urine egg. Yep. How about the sewer cooking oil that they sell? Yeah. Out of greed. They filter sewer oil and sell it to restaurants to cook with. Who in the world? If I needed one more reason not to go to China, this is it. All right. And in case you missed it, I'm just going to go ahead and
Look
play
at
it
this
again.
guy. At first glance, it might seem like he's just cleaning a sewer, but he's actually collecting sewer oil in China.
Sewer oil.
This oil is made from a disgusting mix of waste, food scraps, grease, and even human waste. At night, driven by greed, some people gather this toxic mixture, filter it, and turn it into a clear liquid, which they sell as cooking oil. But this oil isn't just unhygienic, it's extremely dangerous. Consuming it can cause serious health problems, showing just how far some will go for profit.
And I will say that because I'm showing these videos, my social credit score in China is now negative 44 billion. Yeah. Real Weight Nation says there's a reason I don't eat international food overseas. Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you a bit. Ugh. Huh. Lindsay the Cynical Geek. Hail. She says, I'm so glad anti-commie Chinese immigrants let us culturally appropriate their food. Indeed. Indeed. But I do have to say, this next one may cause flashbacks and trauma resurgence for anyone who lived through 2020. So just get ready for it. It's grilled bats. Yep. Grilled bats. The Standing Monkey says I was going to have dinner, but for some reason I've lost my appetite. What the Food helps people achieve their New Year's resolution of weight loss by eliminating the appetite completely. It's more effective if taken regularly than Ozempic, because you get these lovely things. Grilled bats. Yeah. Real Weight Nation says, I tried shrimp ceviche, and it makes more sense than the videos. Yeah. Would you guys eat grilled bats? Apparently Lindsay wouldn't. She says, poor sky puppies. Yeah, look at them. Sherry, lovely Sherry says, grilled COVID. Yes, indeed. It tastes like pandemic. Tasty. Even Ren Goku wouldn't get down on that. And we're still not done with China yet. We're not. Standing Monkey says, does Bat Tom eat grilled bat? I doubt it. I doubt it. Those seem like a pretty lean food. I think Bat Tom sticks with Big Macs and large fries. And yeah, that's a fat joke. And I don't care if he's sensitive about it. And again, I've never seen him get sensitive over anything. So I don't know. But anyway, this is Guess What It Is time. This is still in China. What do you think these are? What in the world could these possibly be? I will give you guys a chance to ponder while we take a closer look. Wow. Don't those just look delicious? Lindsay the Cynical Geek says slugs, barf. No, actually, they're not slugs. You gotta remember, this is China. Excuse me. Standing Worm says slug pickles? Nope. No fruit or veggies or any type of sane food in here. A slug would probably be better than this. Yeah. Goodness gracious. Some sort of tree grub. No, they're sea cucumbers. You know, the things that can occasionally be poisonous or venomous or, you know, not good for your health in general. But hey, in China, everything's an aphrodisiac, so that's probably what they do. It is listed as one of the 4 most precious foods in China. Sea cucumbers. It looks like dong. It looks like a North Korean missile. That just looks like a dong. The Type O dong. Type O no dong. Goodness gracious. Hold on one sec. I have to blow my nose. I don't do that on camera. So, I'll be right back. Okay. That's better. Hopefully I don't have any boogers. No boogers. We're safe. All right. All right. And I don't know how to tell you this, guys, but we're still in China. Yeah. Who would have thought so many Chinese dishes, traditional Chinese dishes, are so damn gross? Now, I know no one here would eat the sea cucumbers. That's why I didn't bother asking. But I do want to know if you guys will eat what's coming next. Just a heads up. This is hair that they commonly use as cooking fuel in China. This is hair. Human hair. All right. And then, of course, we have the wonderful reveal that those are hair-roasted rats. Would you like some hair-roasted rats, everybody? Would anybody like some hair-roasted rats? I hear they're really good for your vitality and your vigor. Lindsay, the cynical geek, says, no doubt human hair from the Weigers. Yeah, probably. Probably. Who wants some hair-roasted rat? Would you like some hair-roasted rat, Lindsay? I know you do. I know you would. Yeah, she's looking at that, salivating, going, oh, man, I can't wait to have some hair-roasted rat. Yummy. And look how wonderfully they're displayed. If that's not presentation on another level, then I don't know what is. All right? So, when you go to China, you're going to get yourself an appetizer of sea cucumbers with a side of Virgin Boy eggs with make sure they're cooked in hair and sewer oil. So you know, and then you can finish it off with a century egg after the fact. All right. That's your trip through China. Oh, don't forget the grilled bats. Make sure you bring COVID home to everyone you love with the grilled bats. And now we're going to go to a place that some people often associate with really good food. All right? And when I say really good food, I mean like donuts, sushi, tasty. Lovely Sherry says, note to self, never visit China. Indeed. The closest I ever want to get to China is China Cafe. Or whatever their name is. The Chinese restaurant here. I don't remember what their name is now. They changed it like 3 billion times. But we're going to Japan now. And this is for educational purposes only, of course. So, there's a restaurant in Japan where everything is themed after poop. Yep, poop. It's called the Modern Toilet. Yep, everything is creatively themed as poop. Hilariously unique dining experience. And Sherry just shares the poop emoji. It's fitting. It's fitting. Not gonna lie, that's fitting. Like, honestly, I'm sure that this stuff probably tastes okay. Because it's a Japanese restaurant. It's probably pretty good. But, yeah. I agree with Lindsay. She says, I've seen this restaurant on that I can't remember what show. The idea is hilarious. It is. And the novelty of it makes it kind of funny. But just like that right there, not really the most appetizing thing I've seen come out of Japan. If we're being honest. Standing Monkey says, toilet paper not included. You're correct. It is not. Now, okay, so I lied at the beginning of the show. Some of these things are delicious, and guess what? They're from Japan, because I couldn't pass this up. All right, if you've never seen one of these Japanese cakes before, they're fantastic. I love them. They're basically just battering, making their batter right here. I don't know how they're doing it, but, they're mixing it by hand with, at least they're wearing a biohazard suit, so they're not getting any of their weird germs inside of it. But this does look delicious, honestly. And it looks jiggly as hell. Look at that. It's like Jell-O, but it's cake. Yeah, and they cut it nice and perfect. Look at that. It's not runny. It's, doesn't that look good? And then they fill it with the cream, and then they put the top on top, and there it is, the jiggly, yummy Japanese cake. The lovely Sherry says, I've made this before. Oh my gosh. Lindsay, the cynical geek, says, don't watch Japanese street food videos if you're hungry. Oh, we'll take care of the hunger later in a few minutes, because when we leave Japan, I've got some stuff for you. But yeah, I would eat these. I would totally eat these. Those look delicious, in my personal opinion. This, however, really doesn't. Standing Monkey says, Bubba cakes. Is that something you picked up in prison, or Bubba's dump cake? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. But, this next one would piss Nick Weiser off a lot. It would. I'm sad he's not here right now to see it. Should probably tag him on this timestamp, because this will absolutely piss Nick Weiser off, because he's the authority on pizza. He's the authority on pizza, and this is supposedly a cheese-filled snow crab Chicago pizza. Pizza. See, is it pizza? Is it a bug pizza, isn't it? I mean, technically, it's a crab pizza, and crabs are basically just, insects that live in water. They run off the same hydraulic system. Well, I mean, I guess technically not insects, if as much as arachnids. No, I guess they fall in ants, too. They use the hydraulic muscle system that everybody else does. That's why when you cook them, their muscles turn solid. They're goopy inside when you break them open. But, so technically this is a bug pizza. It's just bug out of the water. Bugs out of the water. I thought about saving this one for the Under the Sea seafood special that we're doing next week. But if we're being honest, it just kind of fit in the Asian delicacies. And I will just go ahead. Lindsay says, I love crab, so I devour that thing. That's fair. I love crab, too. Lovely Sherry says, Chicago pizza is considered to be lasagna. Well, here's where I'll fill the shoes of Nick Weiser. All right? This is not a Chicago pizza. Deep dish is not a Chicago pizza. This is not a Chicago-style pizza. Plain and simple. I will just come out and say that. I'm not going to justify what a Chicago-style pizza is. If you want to hear that, then go on to any stream that Nick Weiser has ever discussed pizza on, and you'll hear him rail against this being a Chicago pizza. Not specifically this one, but this one is definitely not a Chicago-style pizza. Snow crab Chicago pizza. That's a lie. It's not. Now, everybody knows that Japan is super famous for sushi. I, myself, have never seen sushi like this before. Just watch. This shit's crazy. This man is an artisan, all right? Granted, he's filling it with some things that I would probably prefer not to have. But look at this. Look at this. Look at this sushi roll. Yeah, this could have gone into supersized. But guess what? It's here. Yeah, there's your sushi roll. They're tamping it down, making sure it's nice and tight, and making sure it's formed. And yeah, look at that. An interesting mixture of everything you could ever put in a sushi roll. But let's make it more manageable. Let's cut it down to more bite-sized pieces, shall we? There we go. That's perfect. That's a perfect bite-sized piece for sushi. Yeah. Lindsay says, "Get in my belly." Yeah. Yep. And there's your giant sushi roll. Let's crank this up a bit, shall we? Did I push the wrong button again? Let's just go to the speed controls and find out. It's on 2 times speed. All right. And let's loop it. But yeah, this is another thing I would absolutely eat. 100%. It's the street food in Japan that you want to avoid. All right. But this sushi roll really looks good in my opinion. There's, like I said, a couple things that I would do without. But I would absolutely eat that too. And I think we're done with the good stuff. What the hell is this? I don't know what we're watching right now. What is... I'm going to set that to 2 times speed and we ain't looping this shit. All right, here we go. Let's start out with a giant pan of cheese. All right, let's melt all the sliced American cheese. And add some cream to make sure that it, starts creaming properly. Lindsay says, "I tried yellowtail sushi recently. So delicious. I love yellowtail. I won't lie, my favorite is surimi. Sushi rolls, I do like the occasional eel sushi roll. It's really good. And then basically you're thinking, they're making fondue or something, a cheese soup. This is Korea, by the way. Just saying. Yep, and then we're going to cook our ramen in it directly in the cheese. The ramen, of course, being too light and airy to sink into cheese. And then, of course, that's like 4 or 5 hours worth of trying to cook ramen because it's cheese. I mean, give me a break. It's a 3-minute dish and you're wasting 45 minutes just cooking the noodles in cheese. Lindsay says, "Korean cuisine is very eclectic." Yes, and let's just back this up just for a second. Okay, that was too far. There we go. All right. This looks like a giant-ass sausage. Which is a perfect pairing for cheddar ramen. That doesn't look bad on its own. Oh, back it up. Or we can stay right here. These look wonderful. I want these. If you don't know what these are just literally rice patties, more or less. Not the kind you know what I mean. Yeah, those rice triangles, bomb as hell when they're fried. So good. All right, but then, you got to slop your cheesy ramen in there. This is, of course, feeding probably a family of like 300. Make sure you get the corn in there. Got to make sure you get the corn and the chives, leeks. Not 100% sure. That was probably chives. But yeah. So that's the cheesy Korean ramen meat dish. Like, I'm not 100% sure how I feel about that, because usually when there's that much cheese involved in one of these things, I can't even consider eating it. It's inconceivable, as a wise man would say. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen Korean corn dogs. I don't know what exactly is in a Korean corn dog, but this is what they look like, apparently. Korean corn dogs. As a person who absolutely loves traditional American corn dogs because of what they do for my artery health, this looks absolutely terrible. This looks like something of like an owl spit up. If I feel like I broke that open, I'd find rodent bones inside of it. I'm sure there are some Korean corn dogs that are quite good, but whoever made this one should feel the amount of shame a failing Japanese math student has. Okay? What is this? Oh, this is the best thing that's come out of Korea, in my personal opinion. And if you guys don't like this, you smoking crack. All right? Plain and simple. All right? Why Lay's potato chips can't make money in Korea. Check it out. Yeah. This is called the potato tornado. Tornado potato. Look at that. Yeah, they start with real potatoes, no washing needed, and the chef says it keeps the flavor pure. Yeah, they skewer it on a steel rod, they send it through a little spinning machine, which I actually really like the idea of having one of those spinning machines, because that's what you get out of it. Yeah, dipped in thin batter. That does look delicious. Instead of leftover oil, I'm going to back that up so you guys can get, they use fresh butter instead of leftover oil. All right? Not sewer oil, not the urine of 10-year-old boys, but Korea. This is South Korea, by the way. There's not this much food in North Korea. So, obviously, we don't have any North Korean food because it doesn't exist. But, look at that. Does that not just seem absolutely delicious? It's basically like gigantic, like it's a potato chip kebab, like a shish kebab with potato. I mean, and then like I love the way that this dude does the whole. Where is it? It's right after this. Yeah, I love this part right here. We're gonna slow that down to about half speed. We're gonna back it up just a little bit. All right, watch this. Look how awesome that is. It's visually appealing. It sounds delicious. And, I mean, honestly, the potato tornado potato. I love potatoes. I love potatoes more than any other, like, vegetable in existence. Tuber in existence. They're so delicious. Can you imagine? Could you imagine? Oh yeah, it's the Philippines where we start losing our appetite again. My bad. Because, yeah. Yep, here's a pizza from the Philippines. And, I could make you guys guess what that is, but you'd probably get it right pretty quick. It's Oreos. Cookies and cheese pizza in the Philippines. The pride of the Philippines. Oreo and cheese pizza. Man. I don't think I could eat that. I do like sweet and salty, but not like that. You ain't putting Oreo on my cheese pizza. That's a huge no. And in case anyone missed it earlier, this is from Taiwan. It's century egg flavored Doritos. Yeah. And we're going to cap our, oh, Sandy Monkey was going to say, I was going to say dirt on the pizza. Yeah. That's a fair assertion. When I first looked at it without reading the caption, I thought it was going to be like charcoal or some weird shit like that. But, yeah, it's always interesting seeing Asian takes on pizza. Lindsay says, the Philippines has pancit, though, which is amazing. Pancit. P-A-N-C-I-T. Let's see what pancit is. Is a general term for various traditional Filipino noodle dishes, consist of stir-fried noodles, meat, which is either chicken, pork, beef, or shrimp, and vegetables. Hey, that looks delicious. Let's go to the images page and look at pancit. Ooh. That's something I would eat. That is absolutely something I would eat, Lindsay, the cynical geek. Ooh, pickled plum pancit. Go away, asshole. Ooh. Egg noodles. That looks good, Lindsay. Seems like you know what you're talking about when it comes to these Asian foods being tasty. Yeah. We're going to cap it off with Thailand. And the WEF is applauding as we speak, because check it out. We've got a lovely mixture of bugs, grubs. Like, these are tree grubs. These ones look like they could be mealworms or, you know, some other type of grub. These look like flies and grasshoppers. Crickets. Random piece of green over there. That might be a wing. Not 100% sure. Who doesn't love a good old plate of bugs? Look how healthy they look. Don't those just look delicious? Isn't that just scream dinner time when you see a plate full of crickets? And these tree grubs, you know, are also very popular in Australia's outback. You can find big old juicy ones. They reportedly taste like peanut butter, though I doubt the ones in Thailand taste like peanut butter. Lindsay says, hey, that's not pad thai. No shit. It's, I'd say that's Tuesday night dinner in Thailand. Kermit the Frog says Sanding Monkey would love that. Yes, indeed. Yes, he would. I'm sure Miss Piggy would, too. And whatever that Fozzie the bear, he would eat that. It's got grubs in it. Bears eat grubs. You know how it is. Everybody loves bugs. Everybody loves the bugs. Look at that. Tasty, tasty. Which one should we revisit? Let's revisit this one. Oh, we didn't get sound. The Asian Delicacies. Yeah. And that video basically sums up the entirety of what we looked at, with exception to the Japanese stop off in Japan at the actual restaurants, not street vendors. Yeah, but this is a perfect allegory for the show we just had. It really is. Yep. It's basically just a giant turd on a plate. Standing Monkey gets it. It's just shit. And as a monkey, he would know his shit. He flings it. Among with other things, since he's obviously sanding. Yes, indeed. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that actually concludes Asian Delicacies. That didn't take as much time as I thought it would. Cut us about 12 minutes shy. It's kind of sad. Kind of sad, but, you know, I will take this time to just say thank you all for watching. I really enjoy having you guys around. I've been fighting towards 700 for the last 2 years. And at this point, I've just become completely accepting towards the fact that I might not ever get there. And I don't really care. I have a lot of fun doing this shit. With my video game streams and the nasty food stuff that makes a lot of people be like, "Grr." And I'll tell you, the seafood special we have next week has some especially delicious looking things in it that you're gonna be like, oh man, I would totally eat that. Absolutely. And then there's other things that you look at and be like, I kind of want to die. But you know, you're not allowed to, because if you die from watching my show, then, you know, I would feel bad for a minute. Maybe. Probably. Definitely if it was Sanding Monkey, Lindsay, lovely Sherry, or any of my other friends that are here. I do take pride in the fact that this show will never be seen in China. Unless it's broadcast through some strange pirate site that they have there that evades all the state's fancy AI models and stuff. But you know, what we basically took away from this is Lovely Sherry said it best. Never visit China. Ever. Their cooking oil is made out of siphoned sewer oil. And they cook eggs in 10-year-old boys' urine. And they use hair, human hair, as a fuel source, probably from Uyghur Muslims. And it's just awful. They grill bats. They have bat soup. I would eat the grilled snakes in Cambodia before I would ever even dream of trying grilled bat or bat soup from China. Like, seriously. Yeah, Lovely Sherry, once again, grilled COVID. You know, Lindsay was crying over those poor sky puppies that those douchebags decided to kill, you know? Never, like, when I eat Chinese food at a restaurant, from now on, I'm going to say the most in-depth and heartfelt prayer and of thanks to God that it is not actual Chinese food, traditional Chinese food. I'd rather not, because traditional Chinese food is 100-year-old eggs that have been boiled in urine. Just saying. Standing Monkey says, culture, we've grilled rats. Yep. His leftover weaves, when he decides to get a different color or something, he just sends it to China. They cook their rats in it. Everything's perfectly fine. Yep. They say it improves the vigor because of the manly taste that it provides. Yeah. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bounce. I'm going to go get myself a big, fat, juicy American cheeseburger, probably with onion rings and bacon on it. Because if you didn't know, I'm immune to the appetite-killing effects of this show. Because I look at this shit all day, every day. You know what? Let's just provide a small example of the amount of shit that I go through. All right. This is my alt file from last year. All right. It has 98 items in my alt file. All right. And those are just unsorted. Those are just unsorted, uncategorized, and I have more in my phone. I'm discovering more every day. Lindsay the Cynical Geek says, I'm going to dive into some Italian food. Good, I'm glad that this didn't completely kill your appetite. Lindsay, you need to keep your strength up for next week's seafood special. Yeah, because it's going to be a ride. It's going to be a wild ride, because next week I'm actually off. From the 12th to the 15th. I actually get a nice little, like, midweek break vacation kind of thing. And I'm going to try to do some extra streams. I'm going to be on another stream of Christian. I'm going to try to make it to Brahma's political stream on Sunday. I'm going to try. Because that's all I can actually promise, is that I'm going to try. Because every time I say I'm going to do something, I screw it up somehow. So I just don't. I don't say that I'm going to do it. I will try, okay? But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, stay sexy. Don't get murdered. Lindsay says, seafood is my one weakness. It might not be after next week. We'll find out. But yes, as always, stay sexy, don't get murdered, and have a wonderful time. I pushed the button.
It is not the correct way to eat a cinnamon roll.
Yo, what the food is that? What am I looking at? It looks like a double douche was dropped inside your mac and cheese dishes. Please don't be putting all those beans on my pizza and lasagna. Got me begging on my knees. Yo, what the food is that? A deep fried heart attack. Type 2 diabetes on a stick with candy coated double chin setting in. What you gonna do when your poor little cankles can no longer support you?
Smells like cholesterol and shame up in here. Man, it's rancid. Is that boiled pig feet? I'm gonna be sick.
Yo, what the food is wrong with you? Just tell me why you do the things you do, like coating chicken wings in purple goo and turning perfect meat into a nightmare straight from Lovecraft. The cheese-covered Swiss rolls will fuse to your back fat. Yeah, what the food? Tell me what you gonna do. Are you gonna eat the pizza with the special toppings too? Yes, it's been revealed and it turned into a spectacle. Now don't start tripping, it's just a juicy testicle. What the food is that? A frosted coated glass. What the food am I supposed to do with something that's as dumb as that? Wait a minute, now I see it. This is just a waste of space. Take a step back and get your salmon vodka out my face.
You can't tell me people actually eat this. It's gotta be illegal. What even is that? Ugh.
Oh, what the food? What did I just walk into? Chocolate emerald pickles with a heaping side of fragrant grue, coupled with the texture of the double sardine chocolate bread. Kinda makes me wish that this morning I had woke up dead.
Can you even classify that as food? Isn't poisoning someone for internet fame illegal? What the food, man?